Welcome to Silver Bar Stacker, folks, and I want to wish you all a happy hump day. And it is 100 ounce hump day here on SBS. We're actually not going to be doing a deeper dive on 100 ounce bars, but I just wanted to talk about generally shopping for deals, right? And I'm using 100 ounce bars this week as the example for us to shop for deals, because 100 ounce bars this week have been by far the biggest seller, right? We've sold multiple Engelhard 100 ounce bars on the website, and the reason for that is because we priced them very, very competitively, and they're still very, very competitively priced. In fact, they are so competitively priced that you wouldn't be able to go online and find a cheaper 100 ounce Engelhard bar or 100 ounce silver bar in general. That's how competitively priced they are, and so that's why they're selling very quickly. Because even though we're a newer store and maybe not as as big of a store as some of these other stores like AbMax or SD Bullion, JM Bullion, Money Metals, these are big stores, right? And so we're a smaller operation. And so we fly a little bit under the radar, right? Like we won't pop up in like a Google search, and people don't regularly browse the store, right? Some people do. Some people are starting to regularly browse the store, but generally speaking, it's a smaller store. In fact, like it's funny, one of our customers, they had placed their order and we'd fulfilled it right away, and they had got back to us. They were basically like, that was fast. They said that was fast, and the next thing they said was, "I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were a scammer." And I honestly took that as a compliment, because it's like, wow, that's so great. They literally thought we were scammers, and yet they trusted us, and and that was just a really funny interaction, because he felt open enough, or he or she felt open enough to kind of say something like that, and it was just kind of funny and a fun interaction. But anyways, regardless, what I wanted to say is that when you are shopping, when anybody is shopping for bullion, you got to do your proper research, right? And you want to always do a little bit of price comparison. Sometimes you're limited with how much price comparison you can do. Like if it's something that's a little bit more harder to find, like sometimes certain stores won't have them, and so you can't compare apples to apples, but it's best to compare as many apples to apples as you can, and then you can compare a couple apples to a couple oranges if that's the best that you can do, and make your own personal adjustments accordingly, right? So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I was going to use Engelhard 100 ounce bars as our example, and I wanted to start off with the website just to show you kind of the pricings that we've got going on the website and how competitive it is. And so you'll be able to see how competitive it is once we kind of cross compare this to other stores and really kind of get down to the nitty gritty of what SBS is looking for when he's purchasing his bullion for the store, for example. And so take a look here. We've got 100 ounce bars. This first one that you see up top is $2,169.99. That's the most recent price drop thing. We actually sold a 100 ounce bar yesterday, and so with that we discounted one of the existing listings, and so this is the one that has been discounted, and that's the cheapest one available both on the website as well as online. And that's, when I say online, that's the cheapest 100 ounce bar I can find online, and the cheapest Engelhard 100 ounce bar. So it's just the cheapest silver bar online. So that's a really, that will sell very quickly. I know that will sell very quickly. These other ones that are, like this one's $2,529.99. That's probably one of the most expensive Engelhard 100 ounce bars we have on the website. And it might seem very expensive in comparison to that first one, but it's actually, like, I think cheaper than any Engelhard 100 ounce bar you could find from a reputable dealer or close to it, So it's actually a very good price on that. Now, all of our 100 ounce bars are very competitively priced, and that's why it's our number one seller this week, right? There's a reason for that. Our super rare vintage, that stuff sells quite well as well, actually, but we don't sell multiples of those daily, sometimes, right? So that's kind of what it comes down to. So this is kind of the pricing that you see for 100 ounce bars on the SBS website. Pretty competitive pricing. These ones were very competitively priced sold out quite quickly. And so let's go on. So the first thing I like to do actually, and especially when it comes to stuff that's a little bit more obscure, this isn't super obscure 100-ounce Engelhard bars, but it's not that common. Not every store has them because they're kind of a vintage secondary market item that have been circulating for decades, right? So they're not easy to come by. You can only get them from like resellers and stuff like that. So first thing I like to do for items like that is I like to go on eBay and I like to go and click onto their sold listings, not the currently listed. People can list things for whatever they want on eBay, right? Somebody could go and be like, oh yeah, I want you to buy 4 Engelhard 100-ounce bars for $100,000. Okay, yeah, you can ask $1 million. Why not $1 million, bro? Yeah, ask whatever you want. But people aren't necessarily going to pay that. And so what I like to do is I like to go to the completed listings worldwide that were actually sold, and I filter out that way, and that gives me a pretty good indicator of what things sell for. And in fact, it's so funny that when I search for 100-ounce Engelhard bars, we're like the top result on the first 2 because we've sold so many of these on eBay. And guess what? This money that you're seeing here, they're still holding on to that of ours. They're thieves, really. I mean, you can't put it any other way. I mean, if somebody's holding on to the money that is actually yours, that's this money they're still holding on to. So that's not cool of them. But anyways. These are some of the bars we sold. Here's another one, Bullion Exchanges. They sold probably a buy it now. Yeah, it's a buy it now listing. They sold it for $2,311. What did I show you just now? There was a $2,169.99, and that's a really good deal. Out the door, free ship. Here's another one, 100-ounce bar, $2,322, $2,300, $2,349. Oh, there's another one of ours, $2,350, which we haven't gotten paid for. $2,353. So it's $2,300. It seems to be like the consistent sale price over the last few months. Here's AppMex. AppMex only has these on Engelhard bars, random design. You don't know which bar you're going to get like you do on the SPS website. We give you an exact picture of the exact bar that you get. Here, it's not only on AppMex. It's not only a random design bar. It's also a pre-sale. And it's also $2,540. And so, what did I say? The cheapest bar we had, or the most expensive bar we have, I think, is this one, $2,529. Yeah. So that's when we're telling you exactly what bar you're gonna get, whereas over here you're getting some random design Engelhard bar, and it'll be a slight delay. And in order to get that price, you need to buy 5 of them. So it's actually even more than that. So that's like, there's the difference. I mean, I don't need to say much about that, but there's the difference in the deals there. Now you go to SD Bullion, big store. Most people know about this store. They didn't have Engelhard 100-ounce bars. Sometimes they do. They didn't have any in stock, and so this is the best and cheapest I could find. 100-ounce silver bar, generic, random design. $2,327. Good price. No quantity requirements, so you can just get one. Great. Credit card. See, you can pay with credit card on our website. So if you're paying with credit card, you get your points and stuff like that. $2,424 on SD Bullion. If you pay with check, you can save some money, but then you don't get your points, right, on your credit card. So $2,327. But let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say $2,327 for a generic 100-ounce bar. Well, we've got Engelhard's where it's a specific bar, not random design, and it's cheaper than that. So I don't know. You do the math, and plus if you use your credit card and you're comparing apples to apples, actually, $2,424 for a generic bar, or $2,169.99. Oh, it just went up a little bit. $2,169.99. Still the same price on SPS for Engelhard 100-ounce bar. Okay. JM Bullion. This is another popular one. They have $2,400 for their cheapest Asahi. That's like the most generic bar, I guess, that you could get, right? Very close to spot. But we have them cheaper than that for Engelhard's, and not a random design, not new, vintage. They actually have Engelhard bars over here, but they're $2,880. We don't have any Engelhard bars that are close to that expensive. So that's interesting. Now, Money Metals, I'm expecting them to not have any Engelhards because they don't specialize in numismatic stuff, collectible stuff. And so here, it's all about buying bulk. And for the 100-ounce bars, if you're just buying one, they have a nice spot premium, only $4.34 above spot. So you're talking $2,373, but no credit card option here. You're gonna have to do, e-check or wire or something like that. It's a little bit harder to buy with money metals compared to other stores. If you want to go ham and buy 51 plus bars, you're gonna have to call them. But 50 bars, up to 50 bars, would be $2,343. So nobody's buying 50 100-ounce bars, right? Even SBS isn't buying 50 100-ounce bars right now. So there's your pricing, $2,373. That's what they're asking. Okay, and then finally, what I wanted to do is I wanted to go onto Fleabay, and I know we looked at the sold listings, but let's see what you can go onto Fleabay right now and buy bars for. And I didn't search for 100-ounce Engelhard 100-ounce bars. I just searched for the cheapest of the cheap 100-ounce silver bar. And so Bullion Exchanges today has the best deal on eBay, but SBS doesn't sell on eBay anymore. So SBS actually has a better price for Engelhard, not random design, vintage Engelhard specific serialized bar for cheaper than that. I mean, there's two of them that are cheaper than that, $2,237.06. We've got two Engelhard bars that are cheaper than that right now, and we got multiple that are slightly more expensive than that. So, this is your pricing right now, boys and girls. And so after doing this much research, I could maybe check a few more stores, see if there's some really crazy specials on some other store, but I'm pretty confident that if I'm in the market for a 100-ounce bar to stack bulk, or I'm trying to just find something close to the spot and I've got a little bit of cash saved up, or a lot of bit of cash saved up, I would definitely be striking on some of these initial promotions, right? Because now it's clear to me, like, okay, as long as we can trust the website and we can trust the source, and other people vouch for it, and we've read reviews or something, right? There's something that makes me comfortable buying from here. Then you're like, okay, I could probably snipe. But it's just funny because what's a deal, right? You might look at something like this, for example, and be like, okay, well, this is ridiculous. A 1-ounce bar for $700? That's ridiculous. That's not a deal. So everything on this website is not a deal, right? So I'm not going to even look. No, but you could have gotten a 100-ounce bar on the same website for better than anywhere else on the website. But then this is like, okay, well, this is probably the most expensive bar that I've seen. Maybe it's the most expensive 1-ounce bar out there. No, it's not. It's not. But it's probably the most expensive 1-ounce bar on our website, I would say. But that's because Engelhard Australia, like, this is an actual vintage 500 minted tier 1 bar. There's like almost none of these out there. It's extreme. If somebody buys this, I can't easily just go out and buy one, because I'm the only store that I'm aware of that has this bar. I don't see this bar anywhere. Like, I don't see a 1-ounce authentic Engelhard Australia vintage bar available. So if somebody bought this from me, I can't even replace it for $700 because there's nobody who's selling it, right? If I go on eBay, it's the only one I see. So, and this is coming from Canada, and it's only 1 gram. It's not a 1-ounce bar. And this is for $636 plus $25 shipping. It's almost $700 for a 1 gram bar. So I'm not gonna buy this. I'm not gonna buy a 1 gram bar for $700. I'm not even gonna buy a 1-ounce bar probably for $700 unless I really wanted it. Like that Engelhard Australia 1-ounce bar, I really wanted it, so I paid what I could for it. And I don't want to let it go unless I can maybe find placement. But you get what I'm saying. So that's like really, really hard to replace. And so I'm sure this is too. This 1 gram bar right here that's selling for $700 on eBay, I don't know. There's a lot of watchers on it. I don't think it's going to sell for that much, but it might. You know why it's priced that high? It's because it's a 50 minted bar. The one I have for $700, you might look at this 1 gram bar and for $700, and you might now look on the SBS website and be like, wow, this is a great deal. $700 for 1 ounce, it's not a great deal. It's still extremely expensive, and this is even more not a deal. $700 for a gram. This now just comes down to nonsensical collector craziness. People just get obsessed and they start paying amounts that don't make sense, right? And so if you want to pay amounts that make sense, then compare apples to apples, right? You can't compare this to another apple because there's no other, the other 49 of these that exist aren't out there. They're not for sale, so you can't compare apples to apples on something like this, right? And so that's all I wanted to say. Be sure to keep shopping around and always sniping those deals, because that's something you need to keep your finger on the pulse for. So, just wanted to open up a quick mail call. It's something I've been sitting on for quite a while, and so I thought, let's go ahead and crack open into it. It's actually a little bit relevant to what we were just showing on the website, and so let's take a look and see what we got inside. So this is something I had to get my hands on. I had to do it. It kind of flew under the radar, and I don't think the seller actually quite understood what they had. I think that's what it came down to, and so they hadn't marketed it correctly. So we were just talking about that Engelhard Australia bar, and so I was talking about, like, yeah, it's very difficult for me to replace it. Well, I somehow managed to replace it. So this is actually a Tier 1 Engelhard vintage bar. This is quite toned up compared to the other one I had, which is extremely good condition. But this is it in the flesh. I happened to get this from somebody who was just selling it as a normal Engelhard. And so I'm quite excited to pick this up. We can do a deeper dive on this maybe in another video. I don't want to take up too much time, but it's very difficult to come across these, and so when you do, you do it. If there's something that you like, then make sure to keep an eye out for it and strike. Make an aggressive offer when the time is right, and add it to your cart. Cheers.